This program brought to you by Smiths Holden, Corio Bay Health Group, Buckley's Entertainment Centre.
And welcome back. The producer, by geez, quick there behind the panel, don't you worry about it. You've got no idea, folks, what was on the screen about a second before the big fella came in, but never mind. And we've got, of course, the big segment back again in 2011 that we all wait for every week with a bated breath. It's Dale with the Under-18 segment. Here's Dale. And Dale, a few forfeits this year in the Under-18.
Yeah, look, it's going to change this week, we believe, but unfortunately Belpost still this year haven't got an Under-18 side. They struggled them last year, and also Geelong West, and it's a bit disappointing. I'm not having a go at either the club, but just kids these days, even at Bannockburn this year, we went out with only 18 on the weekend, and we've usually had 27, 28 in those that age group. So, look, it's just hard with the number of clubs around the area to get these kids to play footy, but... having said that, that means Inverleigh, Werribee also get the points on the weekend. North Geelong, I believe, also had a bye because Anarchy also don't have an under-18 side. But the three games that were played on the weekend, Thompson, we believe, beat East Geelong 10-4, 64-8, 12-60. Goals for Thompson. We only got Gardner listed as two, so they must have had a lot of individual goal kickers out there. So I'm just hoping that scoreline is correct. Better players, Gardner and Randall. And for the East Geelong side, Pacone kicked 4 and Thompson 2. Cotwick, Pacone, Cameron and Thompson, they're better players. Belmont Lions travel out to the Devil's Playground and came away with the points. They kicked 13 goals, 11 to 11 goals, 9-75, and I believe they gave them a 5-goal head start, but coming back nicely. Belmont goal kickers, Pike 4, Jubba 3, Kelly and Cadman 2. Better players, Kelly, Thorpe, Harvey and Thompson. And for the home side, Corio, Taylor with 3. He's a good footballer. Smith and McConaughey both got 2. Better players, Smith, Hum, McConaughey and Livesey. And Bannockburn started the season off well against Winchelsea. They kicked 23-18 to Winchelsea 1 goal 2. Gibbs kicked 5. Baker and Warple 4. Tyquin 3. Better players Baker, Howling, Tyquin and Gibbs. And the sole kicker for Winchelsea was Dunkley. Better players there, Budavalis, Harris, Dixon and Hart. So, as I said, I think next week whoever plays Belpost Hill and whoever plays Geelong West will play each other. So that's a refined draw, which Cogsy tells me is in hand, and the club should see that coming out very shortly. So, as I said, disappointing that there's only those sides available this year. But look, as I said, every club seems to be in the same boat.
Yeah, it's very sad indeed. Hopefully things can get better because junior footy is so important to football, not only at our level, but all across Victoria and Australia. We need the kids out there playing footy. One of the most famous clubs in the Geelong District Footy League, been around a long time. A lot of people know them as Blue West. A lot of people also know them as the Cheetahs. They used to play at the backyard in Shannon Avenue at Baker Street Oval. And they've moved down to the Church Street ground at Geelong West this morning. We have the coach of the Geelong West Cheetahs with us this morning. His name is Chris Carlin. Good morning, Chris.
Morning, boys. How you going?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, Chris, you came to the Cheetahs last year or the year before from Forest, is that right?
Last year, yep.
Okay. Forest was always a bit of a stamping ground for pinching all the players from the Geelong District Footy League. What's going on? You've actually come from Forest back into Geelong.
Yeah, just a Geelong guy originally, and
yep.
Looking to continue coaching, so I just come back to Geelong. But yeah, we definitely, when I was down there, we had a look around the Geelong district to get a few players for sure.
You've had a bit of time through you played St Albans, didn't you, for a while?
St Albans.
And then to East Geelong?
No, St Albans to East Geelong,
yep.
Down to Forest and now.
Yep. Yeah, I thought it was the name in there. Now, we're just talking off air. Andrew Mapleson, mate of mine, and obviously a friend of Dick's.
Great friend of mine.
He keeps telling me that he's had a great pre-season. Because were you cooked during the pre-season or had some
yes.
commits?
Yeah, look, I had back surgery. I had a few issues, and Mapo was there to help us out throughout the pre-season. It was just good that he was there to be able to sort of help
and
along.
He said he passed on a lot of his knowledge, but he said they didn't win a practice game up until the last one. So that's when you came back, wasn't it?
That's exactly right. He wasn't there for the others, but it's unfortunate.
So, Mapo, as I said, you're probably doing a good job, mate, but you didn't finish him off, mate. So, but no, that's good, mate. Now, this week, obviously, Belmont Lions last week weren't too bad in the first half. You said also that you started the game pretty well, had some players sent off, which is obviously not good. Your key players obviously have to be through your centre on-ball brigade. And speaking to Cogs off air, he's got some good ones out there at Belmont.
Yep.
Is that where you think you're going to win this game from? Is obviously kicking goals benefit, but on ballers?
Yeah, look, we've got a fairly strong and reasonably experienced, I suppose, as far as Geelong and District on-ball brigade together, and they're quite good and they work well together. So it's just absolutely, you've got to get to the ball first and use it properly. So that's where we think we can win it.
Yeah,
sorry, Dick, I thought you put your hand up the last question.
Put up my second there, Chris. out at Geelong West, there's a bloke called Darryl Craven. He's been president there, I reckon, for 106 years.
Yeah, yep.
He's an absolute stalwart of the club. I've never known a bloke to be so committed to his footy club like he is. He's just one of the great contributors in local football. Sure. What would you do without him? I mean, he really is. He does everything out of that club.
Absolutely. Look, he retired as president last year.
Oh, did he? Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right,
But,
going on.
look, don't get me wrong. He still does the same amount of work around the place. His vice president stepped up, and Mark Neal, who does a great job. But Darryl's always there in the background. He wanted to take a holiday away from the club, but unfortunately, he's just drawn to the place. So.
Moving down to the Church Street Oval, is that the best thing that's ever happened to the club? I mean, no disrespect to Baker's Oval, but it was just starting to be a little bit outdated, and it's a funny old shape. Why don't we call it the backyard? And had a square shape. It was okay for you guys. You knew how to play it, but some of the clubs still got a bit grumpy going out there. It's a great ground, that Church Street Oval. Are you looking forward, obviously, to a great future out there?
Absolutely. Look, it's we're being involved at the moment with the council and the Geelong District about getting some new rooms up and done underneath the old grandstand. So hopefully that can get done soon, and we can move a little bit more stuff over there, because it's a little bit hard. We're a little bit segregated at the moment, training at Baker's and playing at Church Street. But still, it's a fantastic facility to have, and I've played a lot of footy there myself. It's a fantastic oval to play.
You said before that you've got the base of your last year's side. Have you got anything new into this group this year from local blokes, or is it just kids that have progressed up from junior footy? Or
unfortunately, as far as our juniors are concerned, we only had 8 or 9 of our own kids that played last year, so there are a couple of those kids coming through. But we were able to get we sort of targeted guys that had played a reasonable amount of GFL senior reserve football. They were fairly experienced, and we've been able to get a few strong key defenders, a couple of reasonable on-ballers, and a few kids from out of town have just lobbed on our doorstep, which is fantastic. You never know what you're going to get with those kids, but a few of them have been fantastic for us.
Tell us a bit about the difference in the standard of football from the league down at Otway District, is that what it's called?
The Colacan District.
Colacan District down there, with Forest and the teams that play around there, compared to like the Oldies and everything, compared to the football competition here in Geelong with the GDFL. Is it similar, or...?
Yeah, look, I think it's definitely similar. I think it's similar in the way that the top 4 or 5 sides are the benchmark of the comp, and down there it does fall away fairly quick. Obviously, it's hard to get players down that way, so they rely on their local resources, which sometimes runs a bit shallow. But look, it's exactly the same. The top sides are fantastic, but unfortunately it does drop away.
Because I've never ever forgiven Forrest for pinching the great North Geelong champion Jason Rathke down there. Absolutely. Simon Flack and Jason Rathke down. I thought, what is going on? What is happening down at Forrest? It's just sensational. Mate, thanks very much for coming in, Chris, this morning, Saturday morning. I know you've got a lot of commitments on down at the footy club today. All the very best for the first win, hopefully, of the season. I know our producer wouldn't be very happy about that, the bloke in the background over there. But sincerely, it's good for football if either Geelong West or Belmont Lions can, in round 2, get off to a win, because we just love our footy, and we love all the clubs to get in there and have some success at some stage with the career. So all the best to you and everyone down at the Cheetahs, mate.
Thanks very much. Really appreciate it.
No worries. That was Chris Carlin, who is the coach of the Geelong West Cheetahs, or Blue West, a lot of people know him as. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about all the action on this afternoon. Back after this.
This program brought to you by Smith's Holden, Corio Bay Health Group, Buckley's Entertainment Centre.